Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Today is the 9th of Ramadan. Very soon we'll be saying this is the end of Ramadan. Tomorrow is the Eid. SubhanAllah, how days go very quickly. I'll be talking a little bit about Salat at-Taraweeh. How did it start? And also about the Watr and the Qunoot. First, let me remind with the hadith of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. من قام مع الإمام حتى ينصرف كتب له قيام ليلة. Whoever stands in prayer with the Imam until he finishes, he will get the reward of performing قيام الليل the whole night. So if you stick to the Imam, pray with him until he finishes, then you will get the reward of the entire night. And that happened when the Messenger ﷺ performed a few rak'ah at night, and Abu Dharr, one of the Sahaba, asked the Messenger after he finished. He said, Allah's Messenger, why don't you pray more? Would like to pray more. So he responded with this hadith that if you pray with me, you'll get the reward of the entire salah, inshallah. So if you are at the masjid, try to complete 11 rak'ah. You have two options at least, or three options. When the Imam finishes the Watr, just you make salam with him, you go home and you pray two, as many as you want. Or when the Imam says salam alaikum wa rahmatullah, you get up and you add another rak'ah, so that will make it even. You go home, you pray two, and you conclude or you end with Salat al-Watr. Allah Ta'ala. Regarding Salat at-Taraweeh, we are in an unusual situation now with this pandemic. We try to shorten it, so we have it almost with Salat al-Isha in 40 minutes. The Messenger ﷺ used to perform Qiyam al-Layl for hours, and his Qiyam al-Layl did not have a specific number. He usually would perform 11 rak'ah, but in some hadith he did more than that. So 11 rak'ah was what is common, and he would conclude his Qiyam al-Layl with the three watr. This is the common things that he would do in Ramadan and in other months, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. However, sometimes he would add more, like 13 was reported. And sometimes instead of praying three rak'ah watr, he would do one rak'ah watr. Or out of these 11, he will take the last 5 to make watr. Or he would take the last 7 to make watr. Or he would take the last 9 to make watr out of the 11. Salat al-Taraweeh happened when the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam performed Qiyam al-Layl that he used to do in the last third of the night before Fajr. One time in Ramadan, he did it not inside the room, he did it in his backyard, which was exactly by the masjid. There was a wall that was a little bit short between the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's backyard, which is very small, and the masjid. So those who were at the masjid followed the Messenger in his salah. It was Ramadan. Then they spread the news that yesterday the Messenger came out to his backyard and we performed salah behind him. The next night, more people joined the Messenger and prayed behind him. And the third night, more people. On the fourth night, many people came. The masjid was crowded, but the Messenger did not do Qiyam al-Layl outside in the front of them. He did it inside the house. After Salat al-Fajr, he told them that I knew that you came, but I don't want this Salah to become obligatory on you. So this is the beginning of the Salat at-Taraweeh. Muslims continue to do Qiyam al-Layl, standing up at night to perform Salah after Isha and before Fajr, mainly before Fajr, the last third of the night. This is the original time of Taraweeh. The original time is before Salat al-Fajr. During the time of Abu Bakr and the early years of Umar ibn Khattab's era. So people would pray individually in smaller groups, bigger groups, and everything was fine. When the population of Muslims increase and many new Muslims are coming, and Umar ibn Khattab wants the unity of Muslims, so he thought that we should make them perform salat, one salah behind one imam to unite Muslims. And instead of making it in the last third of the night, which is a little bit difficult to many people, Umar wants more people to come. So he said, okay, let us do it after Salat al-Isha. And the Sahaba approved that. And they began to perform Salat al-Isha, Taraweeh in Ramadan after Salat al-Isha, 11 rak'ah, 8 and 3 Watr. Okay, this is during the time of Umar bin al-Khattab. But these 11 rak'ah were very long and it became very difficult for people. So the Sahaba thought that instead of making like very long rak'ah, let us break it down into two. So instead of praying 11, it became 20 plus 3 Watr, 23. Okay, and these rak'ah were a little bit shorter than the earlier one. Again, they are performing salat at Qiyam al-Layl after Isha, not in the last third of the night. With regard to Qunoot, they would not make the Sahaba Ridwanullahi alayhim. The Imam was Ubay bin Ka'b then when they added another one, Tamim ad-Dari, so two Imams. They would make Qunoot, making Allahumma hdina fi man hadayt, in the second half of the month of Ramadan. Okay, so they would make Watr, Salat Watr 1 or 3, but without making Qunoot. Okay, just after Ruku, they go down sujood. In the second half of Ramadan, they do the Qunut, and this is the position of Imam Shafi'i. Was it reported that the Messenger ﷺ would make Qunut? There is no authentic hadith that he himself did Qunut. However, he taught Qunut, Allahumma hadina fi man hadayt, to his grandson. He advised Sahaba to do that, but he did not do it himself. So yes, you can do Watr without Qunut, Allahumma hadina fi man hadayt. If you want to follow the practical sunnah of the messenger, he did not do it. If you want to see his advice to his companions, they did it, Qunut. So it's fine, no worries about it. Watr means one single rak'ah. You end your day or your night, your prayers by one rak'ah. Allah is one, and this is a kind of confirming the belief in Allah as the only one. So you have two, and you conclude with last one, La ilaha illallah, and you go to bed after that if you like to sleep. So any prayer that you perform after Salat al-Isha all the way to Fajr called Qiyam Layl. All of these prayers called Qiyam Layl. However, because Muslims now have this after Salat al-Isha with Umar ibn Khattab, and they used to relax after each four, yastarih, they call it Taraweeh, from relaxing and taking a break. And to distinguish it from other Qiyam al-Layl, the one that they perform in the last third of the night after somebody sleeps and wakes up, they call it tahajjud. But all of these are Qiyam al-Layl. So it's fine for you to say, I made Qiyam al-Layl. You mean Taraweeh. It's fine. There is no problem. Or you say, I made tahajjud or Qiyam al-Layl instead of tahajjud. There is no problem. Anyhow, to make it short, Salat al-Taraweeh is very flexible. You can finish with the Imam and go home and pray as many as you want of the raka'at, alhamdulillah. There is no specific number of Taraweeh. However, usually the Messenger ﷺ would do 8 plus 3 Watr. And these 3, he used to do them 2, then make salam, then 1. Sometimes he did them together without a break at all. Wallahu ta'ala alam. This is just an idea about Salat al-Taraweeh and about Qiyam al-Layl in Ramadan. What is more important of all of that is the intention, the niyyah. Someone is doing all of that sincerely, inshallah, the reward will be multiplied. And perhaps somebody who is praying a few rak'at with sincerity will get the reward more than those who are making longer. If you can combine both, longer prayers, many rak'ahs, with sincerity, with ikhlas, that will be perfect. But to focus more on the sincerity, ikhlas is the best thing to do. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa jazakumullah khair.